Madam, please begin.
A very good afternoon, everyone. I'm Karuna Nagula from Parul Institute of Pharmacy and Research, Assistant Professor from Department of Pharmaceutics, Faculty of Pharmacy, Parul Institute of Pharmacy and Research, Parul University. So today we have a personality here, Dr. Bandu Chatale, who is an MS Pharma from NIPER, and he is currently working as Assistant Professor at MET Institute of Pharmacy, Mumbai, University of Mumbai. He has been a person with knowledge in field of pharmaceutical chemistry, but he has worked his whole research in developing the diabetic patches, insulin patches for diabetic patients. He has a profound experience in teaching at Datta Kala College of Pharmacy, Savitribai Phule, Pune University. He has been in charge as academic and research coordinator at Pune University, and he has experience in industry also of 2 years. He has been one of the top ranker in the GPAT, and he has also completed his PGCTM from ICT Mumbai, where he has made a venture for handy automated devices for diabetic embedded in the body to monitor the sugar level, which has been received a good response. And he has published several papers in the international in the international journals with impact factor above 3.9. And he has also an industrial experience and computational skills in Schrodinger software drug discovery suite. So without much delay, we can start the today's webinar, and the topic is glucose responsive insulin patch to combat diabetes. Welcome, sir, and we can proceed with the presentation.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, madam, for your kind introduction. Okay, so I will proceed with my presentation. So myself, Dr. Bandu Chatale, and currently I am working at MET, Mumbai. So my research topic, which is entitled as glucose responsive insulin patch to combat diabetes. As everyone know that diabetes is one of the severe disease, and in that, there is increase of glucose level in the blood, and for that treatment we are using different devices. Okay, and one of that we are using insulin injection. Okay, and there are so many other devices for monitoring purpose and its therapeutic purpose. So today we are going to talk more about our new product development for diabetes. Okay, madam, my voice is clear, right?
Yes, yes,
yes, sir.
Yes, it is audible.
So you can see the screen. In that you will see that the person on that abdomen region, there is one patch is attached, and similar type of device we are developing. Okay, and I am working on that research. So how I gone for this research, how this idea, entire journey I am going to explain here in this throughout this presentation. So everyone know that new product development is a very lengthy process, and it requires so much effort and money and other so many resources. Okay, so for this new product development, can you unmute?
पार्टिसिपेंट में
एक दो तीन चार कुंदन भैया जैसे का
okay. So product development start first with need identification for that particular product, and if we develop its concept. Can you unmute someone? There is so much noise. Thank you. So new product development start with need identification, and if it, for that purpose there is we have to go step by step. So first what we do that identification of need for that particular product, then converting that need into particular specification. Then we are doing so many idea generation for that need. Then second thing is a feasibility study. If we have idea whether that idea is feasible or not, whether we are finishing that idea in a particular timeline, that is very important thing. So feasibility study. So once we have that so many idea, then we are doing we are studying that concept, and after that we are for that concept we are making brainstorming with different people of different people from different discipline. Okay, and this is brainstorming is very much important to get good product from different researcher. Okay, and after that, customer requirement also very much important for new drug development. So that as per requirement, we put our input. Okay, so and once we have some that everything, market research and market survey is very important to get become profitable business. So all these steps is very much important during this product development. So once we did everything about market research, market survey, second important thing is the technology development. So in that we are going in detail about the technology. We are doing system level design and detailed design for that purpose. And then for that we are looking for different raw material required for that technology and processes. And we are studying in detail. Once we have everything, we have technology, then we are going to manufacture that. And after manufacturing, we are checking its quality. Okay, quality is very important things. Once we did this testing of that quality of that product, new product, then we require to face very important challenge, that is government regulations. And everyone know that we require to take approval for any new device by FDA. FDA approval is very much important. And once we get this all nod from FDA, permission from FDA, another very important thing, we should patent our product, because if you not patenting it, so many other computer will copy it, and we are investing so much money, resources, okay, and we will not get benefit. So royalty is very much important. So patent filing for that product is very much important. So when you have everything patenting and all approval, then we can launch our product in the market. So once we have our product in the market, for that purpose we require to make so much advertisement and so many things. But you know what is the, if this product is very useful and needy, then that product have so much sale and it will give so much profit. So that business will be profitable. Okay. But any product is having some saturation, and a particular time of period, there is new technology, called technology disruption. New technology come, and our product may be retired from that process. Okay, so this all in a new drug development. So if we look for a particularly for diabetes, what is a problem in the diabetes nowadays for treating diabetes? Or for related with diabetes, what are the need for customer? If we see what are the need, because to develop new product, first we require to do is identification of need. So what are the need for diabetes? So these are some listed need, and that is very important to consider. So first need is monitor the sugar level automatically anytime of that diabetic patient. This is very important need for diabetic patient, to monitor sugar level automatically anytime, and its therapeutics accurately. This is also very important, because if you give more dose, This also not good. If you give less dose, this also not good. So therapeutic accuracy also very important thing. Second need for patient is a painless needle, because you know insulin injection people resist, and the patient having non-compliance because of this. If we are using this painful needle, so painless needle is very much important for diabetic patient, and then this should become that device is very important. Third need for diabetic patient is very important thing. You should measure sugar level and accurately and monitor that patient throughout the time. Okay, this is very important thing. Fourth important thing is a patient medical history recording. This is very important for any disease. Patient medical history recording and keeping that record is very much important, and that is not happening in any other device. So we consider this important point in our device. And last and important thing, monitoring of sugar level if uh, available. It is not available online if for any patients. So what we can do is we can make monitoring of sugar level anytime online. That is not available, we can provide all that data to the doctor. If doctor have that all data, patient data, then he can treat that patient with convenient manner. Okay, these are all important need, and that is important that should be solved for one particular device. For that purpose, what we have did, so you know, diabetic management very important, and for the monitor the sugar level, there are different devices in the market. How blood now monitoring is done in now recently. Now recently, how these people are doing? They are testing HbA1c test. They are doing HbA1c test. Maybe some people are using glucometers that can be self-operating. Glucometer is self-operating. Okay, and there are other devices also that I will explain in detail in next slide. But what is thing that when they are doing this test is done once in a month, or twice or three times in a month, or some time if this is diabetes is so much severe, this is done for 3 to 4 times in a day. Okay, and glucose level is always fluctuate in the blood. When you are taking food, when you have fasting, that time it is very less. So glucose level is always fluctuate entire day. So you should have medicament, proper medicament, on time medicament, and for that purpose, we should know exact entire throughout day monitoring of glucose is very important. We call as continuous detection of glucose level will help, and this is very important to planning the diet, activity, time for taking particular medicine. It may help for taking immediate action on hyperglycemic level. So continuous detection of glucose level is very much important, and such device is available. That device is Medtronics, but it is so much cost there, and it is it having price 5 lakh rupees. It is more than 5 lakh. Okay, so find out such continuous detection glucose monitoring and technology is very important, and for that purpose, we are developing device. Okay, so you can see this to keeping this important need and problem in mind. We have kept 4 important objectives for our product. First is continuous monitoring of sugar level accurately, and second, very important, patient compliance is very important to develop painless needle. This is one of the important objective we have kept. Third is data storage, patient data storage, that we have done with developing with our device, and that data can be easily shared with doctors Thus, this can be available online to monitor any doctor. Diabetic doctor can treat that any place if that person having all data, detailed data of that diabetic, all this detailed history. Okay, so if we see the diabetic population in world, there is around 422 million people having diabetes, and it is estimated that in up to 2040 it will rise to 642 million. And in India we have 62 million diabetic patient, and that is according to WHO, and it may be expected to rise up to 79 million. Okay, so there is a huge number of diabetic patients in India, and there is so much scope for developing automated handy diabetic device for patient. And mainly there are three countries, there is more prevalence like China, India, and USA. They have more diabetic prevalence population. From this graph, you can see that. Okay. Now, if we see which the devices in the market to treat that severe diabetes, so if you make survey in that, I found that insulin injection used by the patient, that percent in market capture by insulin injection is 37%. Anti-diabetic drug used by the patient, that has capture market 28%. There are the other things for monitoring, in market they having stage strips, pump, and this pump which is in the market, which is so much costly. It having cost more than 5 lakh, and it is not affordable for Indian population. 5 lakh, it is so much cost. So, and it is mainly more sellable in USA. You can see this here. It is more pump available in USA and later on in China. Okay, and India there is a Medtronic pump is taken by very less patient. It is only 5 lakh. That population using that Medtronic pump is only 5 lakh. And we have 62 million population. You can compare. So we are developing that device and we are working that device. That device price will be 69,000 only. So we are reducing price tenfold, less than that Medtronic device, and we can capture other market because most of people using insulin injection, and this 37%. This is very huge market. Okay, so we can capture this market for insulin. Okay. So, but risk assessment is very important for any new product development. So, what are the risks for this new product? We call handy automated diabetic device. First important thing, key players are working similar kind of automated device. There are so many companies working on such type of devices, and some company are making patent infringement. Some are doing such type of activity. There's such a thing happening. And cost is 69,000. Then also it is high. It is not affordable for poor people. Okay, this is cost also one important thing for this device. And there is people awareness is very much important. We require to make promotional thing for that product. Okay, so for this purpose, cost is involved. So if I have did this SWOT analysis for this device, so what are the strengths for this device? This is a handy automated device which having novel invention with cost-effective technology. This is the strength for this device. It is cost-effective technology. And what are the opportunity? Everyone know that there is big opportunity because India is the diabetic capital in the world. So we can capture so much market for this device. So what are the weakness? Weakness, everyone know that this product is somehow costly than insulin injection. This is costly. This is weakness for this product. Okay. So SWOT analysis is very important for developing any product. So then only we get idea. Okay. Then what are the threat? thread, there there are so many technology coming newer, and so many technology come, and that will take care of market for this device. This is the thread for this device. Okay, how we made, we are working, how we are making this device, that I will go by step by step. So first important thing in that is a glucose biosensor for this device. How this glucose biosensor has been made? So this is very simple chemistry. What we did, we made the glucose oxidase enzyme immobilization for making this biosensor. What we did, we immobilized glucose oxidase covalently on the carbon tube nanoelectrode ensemble. Okay, so this is on the immobilization done on carbon nanotubes, which is nanoelectrode ensemble. So how this work? It is work because of glucose oxidase. You know that glucose oxidase act on glucose. So what happens when glucose act on glucose oxidase, which is the enzyme which act on glucose? There is the electron transfer process, and that electron transfer process is nothing but it is a we generate electron transfer, and that electron transfer generate bioelectricity. And for that purpose, this concept is very innovative, and that what we did, we generate bioelectricity, and that is very low. So for that purpose, you use the charge pump circuit with that one, and that charge pump is directly attached to the voltmeter. That I will separately explain in next slide. So in this way, we have designed this biosensor in a patch. That is about this important component of this device. So this is just I have shown a block diagram for this device. So how this device is, if you see this is a one patch, and that patch is attached to the abdomen region. So this patch, to make this patch, painless, to make this patch painless, we are incorporate micro needle on that patch. We have incorporated micro needle inside that patch. Okay, so that patch will be directly attached to the abdomen region. Then we did this preparation patch by fabrication. Okay, fabrication of microneedle with polyethylene glycol dicarbonate by polymerization technique. So next thing you can see here how we have actually done this patch design, that I will explain here. So this insulin patch we have made in our research lab. Okay, so it accommodate around 8 microneedles. We can increase microneedles. If we increase the patch size, we can increase microneedles. But in our patch, we have incorporated 8 microneedles. And so this patch has been designed in such a way that it determines increase of blood sugar level and pump doses of insulin into bloodstream accordingly. This is very important thing. So we have designed this patch in such a way that, okay, so it will automatic monitoring also here in this patch, and therapeutic also in this patch. So we are other thing with that patch attached like insulin reservoir and so many stuff with that. That I will explain in next slide. So we are doing monitoring of that glucose level. Also, what we are doing, we are also treating it by injecting insulin whenever required, when there is high glucose level in the blood. So this is just a chemistry, how this glucose oxidation working on glucose, and how this electron transfer process takes place, and how this bioelectricity is generated, and how that is used for pumping that dose from reservoir to directly into through cannula. That will happen. Okay, so incorporation of microneedle also very important in this patch. So for that purpose, what we did, we have made this microneedle with hydrogens. We have used, so microneedle and that is fixed with that patch. Okay, so this entire process I will not explain here. This is so much lengthy process. How are we doing? But in short, I am just giving idea. Okay, so design, once we have patch with microneedle, another important thing, insulin reservoir. So insulin reservoir, what we did, we have used insulin reservoir of having capacity which can hold 300 unit of insulin, and this is it is directly attached to patch through cannula, and it is fitted with the device, and this device will be not more than smartphone. It is not bigger than smartphone. We can keep that device, that reservoir, everything in our pocket. Okay, so for this purpose, what we did, we have this reservoir, and this reservoir we can refill with insulin within when as per requirement, and we can change that reservoir as well. Such system we are making for this device. So this device, this reservoir is made in this way that we can fill that insulin, or we can change that reservoir. In this way, we have done that one. Now, this is some pictorial form for monitoring purpose, for reservoir purpose. That just I have taken some photos, and this is the micro needle on that patch. Okay, so this is a schematic. This is a diagram. You can see how this device will be, how was the body of the device. You can see this is a patch. On that, how we have done by this, we have immobilized glucose oxidase on carbon nanotube, nanoelectrode symbol that I explained. That is glucose oxidase enzyme was immobilized here. Okay, and this we have incorporated microneedle here. These are the microneedles. Then after this when this mechanism I am going to explain next slide. But when this glucose oxidase at second thing is when bio electricity generated. For that purpose, it is very low. For that purpose, you use charge pump, and then after that voltmeter, and through cannula we have directly connected reservoir to patch. So this is a connection. So in this way, this will be body of that device. Okay, this is shown by this diagram. Okay, how this working, how actually mechanism happen, automated mechanism happen for this handy automated device, that I am going to explain here. So you can see here, when diabetes, when there is a increased blood sugar level in the blood for that diabetic patient, osmolarity of blood increases automatically when there is high sugar level in the blood, which is a trigger detection of sugar by microneedle. How this done? You can see here. Blood enter into microneedle due to capillary action and sensed by glucose oxidase because it is acting on glucose. And when there is glucose level is high in that diabetic patient, because of high glucose level, biosensor measure level of glucose changes into electrical signal because this glucose oxidase acting on that glucose. So in this way, we get electrical signal, and that current generated is directly proportional of amount of sugar in the blood because they having high level of glucose. This pump will do, because of this current, pump will inject that insulin with required quantity. So how this is connected? This current is generated. This is reservoir is attached with the charge pump, and then voltmeter, and this is working. And this will what it will do? It will pump, or it will deliver insulin from reservoir through cannula to the patch and in the abdomen region. So in this way, because of hyperglycemia, because of this, insulin will pump the required level. Insulin will pump into high sugar level blood, and it become normal because of insulin. But how this process pumping will stop? This is very important thing. So insulin pumping will be stopped automatically when blood sugar level is normal, and it is due to current threshold become low because of normal level of sugar level, then hyperglycemia. So in this way, we are not giving more dose of insulin, we are giving optimum dose by this technique. Now, I will explain how patch we have synthesized in our lab. So patch, for preparing this patch, we have used different polymers and solvent systems. So we have made different formula, 14 formula we have used. Okay, 14 formula we have used for making this patch. Okay, so in this what we did, patch was prepared in by solvent casting method. Polymer were completely dissolved in a solvent system. We have selected solvent in such a way that that polymer get completely dissolved in that solvent, and that solvent is kept aside for 30 minutes. For 30 minutes, just and in a 30 minutes that polymer gets swell. So in that way, have also added some our plasticizer as a required quantity. Then what we did, we get such a thin film and we made these patches, okay, with uniformly, and we had dried that patches for around 24 hours. These are different formulas for making these patches. So once we make patch and everything, we did its evaluation study. So my important thing is weight uniformity. Then second important thing for folding endurance, pH also very important, and thickness. All this evaluation done, carried out, and these are the result for that patch. Another thing carried out for that patch is percent moisture uptake and percent moisture content for that patch. So these are the results. We have done evaluations. So how this did? This one weight uniformity for BPharm student. What we did? This is we have taken cut that patch in a particular length 4 into 3 length centimeter, and later on we have made that size uniform for each patch. So folding endurance, we have what we did. We are this is a very important thing for patch folding endurance, and if any patch it is a very important test. So we did that. We are folded that until it break. So the number of time patch is folded without breaking gives the value of folding endurance. So that is reported in result. So also we have done pH test for that patch. So for that purpose, just you use pH meter. Just we have dissolved that patch in a distilled water, and we have checked pH for that patch. And then also we have the thickness is very important. Then moisture uptake, everything we have did, and these are the results. And you can see for some formula we have shown some result here, and pH found 6.2, percent moisture content found 13.1%. Okay, and some moisture uptake we have found 58% for by that patch. So once you know what schematic diagram I have shown, everything done. If we develop, we require to go through regulatory approvals. Okay. For this, we have filed a provisional patent, and this is we require to approach for FDA because it is handy device and it is come under class 2 devices, and it is we require to take all clearance from this FDA for this product. So this is important thing is the finance, money, M factor, vitamin M is important. So how much it require that I have given here. You can see this table. This cost from everything, it is cost, everything, it is 85 lakh. Okay, equity, debt equity ratio is 2.1. Okay. And this is how this will be beneficial. This project will be beneficial. We have done this project evaluation for this one. So hurdle rate of return for this product is 17%. Break even point for this product is 165 units of the devices. Okay, internal rate of return is 17% and payback period for entire investment is 4 years. Okay. So conclusion, present work is so much few things that we have done already and some things are under research, and we require a detailed study for this development because it is we are competing with a Medtronic device and it is a smart device, so we require everything to do it, and final and important, most important thing is clinical trial, and that has been not done. Okay, so this product we have presented in one of the national research product conference. It is held at Nehru Center in March 2021. So this in CCIA, there are different industrial persons, academicians, investors visited that competition, and there are different product, novel product for different purposes has been presented there by people scientists. We also presented our product there, and so many investors shown interest in our product. Okay, so this is some picture we have taken during that program. Thank you. I am now looking for a question. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir, for a wonderful lecture. Right now, actually, there are no doubts, but I have one small query. Like, is there any problem with the electric shortage or any short circuit kind of thing? Because it's a biofuel based system, right? So what must be the voltage of the system? Like, is it less than the human body, or is it like more than
it is not a voltage that is giving shock to the person. This voltage is approximately, it will just that's why we use charge pump to convert low voltage into high, and also we use voltmeter. So it is there, such type of thing will not happen here. So, but it is just a voltage that level it will pump insulin, and this voltage is generated only in when sugar is more in the blood, and when it is normal, that time it is normal, and there is a threshold level is low, very low, madam.
Okay, sir, and is the system biodegradable or like,
which one you are talking about? Polymer?
Yes, sir.
All
the whole device,
yeah.
like.
Yeah, some part is biodegradable, some part is biodegradable, and other is not, madam. Some part which is reserve and that is not biodegradable. Patch is degradable, madam.
Okay. Okay. So, are there any chemicals available in the market?
Yeah, that is Medtronic. We are making competition. Medtronic is market, but we are making the device cost-effective manner with our innovative technology. Medtronic, which is in market, but it is like require 5 lakh rupees to purchase that device.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so it was a nice lecture actually. I haven't got any queries from the students, but it was indeed a good lecture. Thank you, sir, for enlightening us with the actually commercial product, which is working, which is very rare in the normally pharmaceutical academic research. I thank you, sir, and we'll be mailing you the certificate, e-certificate. Okay, sir, and so do come again for with some more insights next time to the Parallel University. for
Okay,
enlightening our students. Yeah, thank you so much, sir.
Okay, thank you, madam, for this opportunity. I would like to thank all your management for giving me this opportunity. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. We'll end the session here. Everyone can leave.
Okay, thank you.